Love books? So do we. Welcome to the Book Nook Cafe, where we uncover the latest must-reads, hidden gems, and everything in between. I'm Greg.
And I'm Anne. We're coming to you straight from the cozy corners of the Book Nook Cafe, where the coffee is hot, the shelves are packed, and great conversations are always brewing.
If it's trending on the New York Times bestseller list, you'll hear about it here. So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's turn the page together.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast where we dive deep into books that inspire personal growth and transformation. I'm so excited about today's episode.
Me too. I've been waiting all week to talk about this one.
Same here. So today we're discussing Scott Barry Kaufman's Rise Above. Overcome a victim mindset, empower yourself, and realize your full potential. Quite a title, right?
Definitely a mouthful, but it's packed with insight.
Absolutely. When I first picked it up, I wasn't sure what to expect. The concept of the victim mentality gets tossed around so much these days.
Yeah, and sometimes it's used in a dismissive way, which I don't appreciate.
Exactly. But Kaufman approaches it so compassionately. He acknowledges people's pain without letting it define them.
Right. I loved how he balanced empathy with empowerment.
In fact, in my own life, especially during my corporate years, I often felt powerless.
Oh, really? Tell me more about that.
Well, the high-pressure environment and the constant competition made me feel like I had no control over my own path.
I can imagine that must have been tough.
It was. That's why his empowerment cycle resonated with me. Curiosity, authenticity, courage, and purpose.
That cycle was fascinating.
It seems simple, but actually living it is a whole different story.
Totally. For example, curiosity sounds easy, but how often do we approach life without judgment?
Exactly. We're often so quick to make assumptions.
And that can limit us.
Absolutely. And being authentic, that's a challenge.
Right, especially when societal expectations come into play.
Yes, there's always pressure to fit into certain molds.
Tell me about it. I struggled with that for years.
Me too. But embracing authenticity can be so liberating.
It really can. But it takes courage.
Definitely. Stepping out of our comfort zones isn't easy.
Speaking of which, what did you think about his concept of deliberate discomfort?
I found it intriguing.
Me too. Pushing ourselves to face challenges can lead to growth.
True, but I wonder if seeking out discomfort is necessary.
Good point. Maybe it's more about not avoiding discomfort when it naturally arises.
Yes, I think that makes more sense.
Life throws enough challenges at us already.
Exactly. No need to add more.
Right. But embracing the ones we encounter can be powerful.
Agreed. By the way, the section on victim identity centrality really stood out to me.
Oh, same here. It made me reflect on times I've clung to a victim identity.
Yeah, it's surprising how comfortable that can feel.
Unfortunately, yes, it can become a part of our identity.
But recognizing that is the first step toward change.
Absolutely. Rewriting our narratives is essential.
Definitely. Taking ownership of our stories empowers us.
But do you think it's always the right time to encourage someone to move past their victim mentality?
That's a delicate matter. Timing is everything.
People need to feel heard and validated first.
Exactly. Empathy is crucial.
Speaking of empathy, I appreciated Kaufman's tone throughout the book.
Me too. He invites readers to reflect without judgment.
Yes, and that makes the content more accessible.
It really does. Did you try any of the exercises at the end of the chapters?
I did. The one about identifying core values was enlightening.
Ooh, wow. What did you discover?
Well, I realized I value authenticity more than I thought.
That's awesome. How has that impacted you?
It's helped me make decisions that align more with who I really am.
That's fantastic.
Thanks. Have you tried any of the exercises?
Actually, yes. The one about challenging limiting beliefs.
Ooh, how did that go?
It was eye-opening. I found out I've been holding on to the belief that I'm not creative.
Really? But you're so creative.
Oh, thank you. I've been working on embracing that side of myself.
That's great to hear.
Thanks. By the way, what did you think about his discussion on purpose?
I thought it was inspiring. Purpose really ties everything together.
Absolutely. Without it, the other elements lack direction.
Right. When I left my corporate job to become a coach, finding my purpose was key.
That must have been a big leap.
It was, and honestly, it was scary.
I bet, but it seems like it paid off.
It did. I'm much happier now.
That's wonderful.
Thank you. So, would you recommend this book?
Definitely. Especially for those ready to do some deep self-reflection.
I agree. It's not a light read, but it's worth the effort.
Absolutely. But you have to be willing to put in the work.
Exactly. Change doesn't happen overnight.
But it's a journey worth taking.
Agreed. So, what's next on our reading list?
I was thinking we could switch gears and read a novel.
That sounds like a nice change of pace.
Any preferences?
How about Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen?
Ooh, a classic. I love that idea.
Great. It'll be fun to revisit.
Yes, and discuss the timeless themes.
Exactly. Well, this has been a great conversation.
It really has. I always enjoy our discussions.
Me too. And to our listeners, we'd love to hear your thoughts on Rise Above.
Yes, please share your reflections with us.
Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.
Take care, everyone. Well, that's a wrap for this episode of From the Book Nook.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends.
If you're interested, our channel description contains links to the beverages we are drinking and some Book Lovers merchandise.
We love having you here. Bye for now.
See you next time.